If you are over 60 and you have noticed that your eyesight is not as sharp as it used to be, that reading small letters on a bottle feels harder, that colors look a little duller in the evening, that your eyes feel tired after watching television for only a short time, or that your doctor has mentioned early signs of macular changes, cataracts, or dry eyes, please stay with me because what I'm going to share today may protect the one sense that connects you to your family, your independence, and your world. Your eyes may be silently struggling every single day, not because of aging alone, but because of the very vegetables you believe are protecting them. That sounds strange, does it not? You already try to eat better. You already reduce sugar. You already choose vegetables because you have heard your whole life that vegetables are good for the eyes. You eat carrots because someone told you they help you see better. You eat spinach because you read it is full of iron and antioxidants. You eat corn because it feels light, natural, and harmless. But after 60, your eyes are not the same eyes you had at 30. The lens is thicker, the retina is more sensitive, the tiny blood vessels behind the eye are more fragile. And some vegetables, especially when eaten too often, cooked the wrong way, juiced, or combined with the wrong foods, can quietly increase inflammation, raise blood sugar spikes, disturb calcium balance, or add pressure on the delicate structures inside your eyes. The most painful part is that your eyes do not scream. They do not warn you loudly. They slowly lose sharpness. Colors slowly fade. Night vision slowly weakens. And one day, you sit in front of your doctor and hear words like macular degeneration, cataract progression, or diabetic retinopathy. And you wonder, how did this happen when I was eating so healthy? I am your doctor, and in this video, I will show you 3 very common vegetables in the diets of Americans over 60 that may be quietly stressing your eyes if you use them the wrong way. And more importantly, I will share 3 other vegetables that may help protect your vision, calm the inflammation inside your eyes, and support the tiny structures that allow you to see the face of the people you love. Before you eat another bowl of creamed corn, drink another glass of carrot juice, or pile more spinach on your plate, stay with me until the end. Because sometimes the thing dimming your vision is not the television screen, it is the healthy plate sitting right in front of you. And the first vegetable is one that almost every American grew up believing was the #1 food for the eyes. Your mother probably told you to eat it. Your grandmother probably told you to eat it. Cartoons told you to eat it. Doctors in the past told you to eat it. I am talking about carrots. Now let me be very clear from the beginning. A fresh carrot is not the enemy. A small carrot in your salad, a few slices with hummus, a piece of raw carrot as a snack is usually not a problem for most people. The problem begins when carrots stop being carrots and start being sugar. When you juice carrots, when you drink 1, 2, or 3 glasses of carrot juice a day, when you buy bottled carrot juice from the store, when you use large amounts of cooked and mashed carrots, or when you eat sweet carrot cakes and carrot desserts believing they are healthy, the natural sugars in carrots become very concentrated. And here is what most people over 60 never realize. High blood sugar is one of the biggest silent enemies of your eyes. Diabetic retinopathy, cataracts, and macular problems are all connected to blood sugar levels that rise too high, too often, over too many years. When you drink a large glass of carrot juice, you may be drinking the sugar of 5, 6, or even 8 carrots at once. Your stomach does not chew that juice. Your body absorbs it fast. Your blood sugar rises quickly, and the tiny blood vessels behind your eyes, which are already more fragile after 60, feel that pressure again and again. Imagine a 65-year-old man who is trying to protect his eyesight. He has been told by his family that carrots are the best food for the eyes, so every morning he drinks a tall glass of fresh carrot juice. He feels proud, he feels healthy, he believes he is doing the right thing for his vision, but after several months, his eye doctor tells him that the blood vessels in the back of his eyes look a little more stressed. His blood sugar has quietly crept up, and the very habit he believed was saving his eyes was silently hurting them. That is the danger. It is not the carrot itself. It is the form and the amount. So does this mean you must throw carrots out of your kitchen forever? Not at all. What matters is understanding the difference between eating a carrot and drinking a carrot. Eat a small carrot, fresh, crunchy and whole, with the fiber still inside. That fiber slows down the sugar. That fiber protects your blood vessels. That fiber helps your eyes. But avoid daily glasses of carrot juice. Avoid sugary carrot cakes. Avoid boiling carrots until they become soft and sweet like candy. A small change like that can protect your vision for many more years. But sweet concentrated carrots are only the first mistake. The next vegetable is something almost every senior in America has been told to eat more of. It has been called a superfood. It has been called nature's iron pill. It has been called the perfect vegetable for older adults. But used the wrong way, it can slowly disturb something very important for your eyes and your bones. I am talking about spinach. Spinach has one of the most trusted images in the world of healthy eating. Doctors mention it. Nutrition articles praise it. Green smoothie recipes are full of it. And after 60, many people begin adding raw spinach to their morning smoothie, mixing it into salads every day, blending it with fruits, or eating large cooked portions, believing they are giving their body the ultimate gift. But there is a hidden side to spinach that most people never hear about. Spinach is very high in oxalates. Oxalates are natural compounds that can bind with calcium in your body. And here is the connection with your eyes that surprises most people. When oxalates disturb the calcium balance in the body, they can also affect the delicate calcium metabolism that supports the health of your lens and the small structures around your eyes. On top of that, high oxalates may increase the risk of crystal formation in the kidneys, and weaker kidneys mean more inflammation in the whole body, including behind the eyes. After 60, inflammation is one of the biggest enemies of the macula, the part of the retina responsible for sharp central vision. Now, think of a woman, 68 years old, who decided to become healthier after her last checkup. Every morning she blends a large green smoothie with a big handful of raw spinach, banana, and almond milk. She drinks it every single day, sometimes twice a day. She feels proud. She feels she is doing everything right. But after some months, she starts to feel that her eyes are drier, her vision is a little more blurry in the evening, and her joints feel stiffer. Her doctor tells her that her oxalate load is high, and her calcium balance is off. She is shocked. She says, "But I am only eating vegetables." That is exactly the point. She is eating a healthy vegetable in an unhealthy way. Raw spinach in large amounts, blended every day, delivers a heavy dose of oxalates that a younger body could handle, but an older body struggles with. So do you need to give up spinach forever? Not necessarily, but you need to be smarter about it. First, do not eat large amounts of raw spinach every single day. Cook it lightly. Steaming or boiling spinach reduces some of the oxalate content. Second, do not blend huge handfuls of raw spinach into daily smoothies. That is one of the fastest ways to overload your body. Third, pair spinach with a calcium-containing food like a small amount of yogurt or cheese so that some of the oxalates bind in the gut before reaching the bloodstream. Fourth, rotate your greens. Do not eat spinach every day. Sometimes choose lettuce, sometimes cabbage, sometimes cauliflower. Variety protects you. Because after 60, the danger is rarely one bad meal. The danger is the same food, in the same wrong form, repeated day after day, year after year. But spinach is still not the most surprising one. There is another vegetable that sits quietly on almost every American dinner table. It appears at Thanksgiving. It appears in family barbecues. It appears in soups. It appears in canned form in every pantry. It looks yellow, cheerful, and completely innocent. I am talking about corn. Corn is one of the most misunderstood vegetables in the American diet. In fact, many nutrition experts do not even consider it a real vegetable in the same way as leafy greens. Corn is a starchy grain wearing the costume of a vegetable. And when you are over 60, that difference matters more than you think. Corn is high in starch. Starch turns into sugar in your body, and as we already discussed, sugar spikes are one of the biggest silent threats to the tiny blood vessels behind your eyes. But that is only part of the story. Most corn eaten in America today comes in forms that are even harder on the body. Creamed corn loaded with butter and salt. Corn on the cob covered with heavy butter. Canned corn packed with sodium. Cornbread mixed with sugar. corn chips fried in oils that promote inflammation, corn syrup hidden in sauces, ketchup, salad dressings, and drinks. When your eyes are trying to stay healthy after 60, inflammation is the enemy. And many corn products are quietly feeding that inflammation every single day. There is another point most people never hear. The type of oil used with corn also matters. Corn is often paired with oils high in omega-6 fatty acids. When omega-6 intake becomes too high compared to omega-3, the balance in the body shifts toward more inflammation. And chronic inflammation is directly linked to macular degeneration, dry eye disease, and worsening vision as we age. Picture a 70-year-old grandfather who loves his corn. Every summer, he eats corn on the cob with butter. Every winter, he eats creamed corn from a can. He snacks on corn chips in the evening while watching television. He uses ketchup on almost every meal, not knowing that ketchup often contains corn syrup. He believes his diet is fine because he is not eating fast food, but his blood sugar keeps rising slightly. His eyes feel tired. His vision is not as bright as it used to be, and when his doctor looks at his eyes, there are early signs of macular stress. He asks, "But I am eating vegetables," and the answer is painful. He is eating something that acts more like sugar than a vegetable, and he is eating it in the most inflammatory forms possible. So does this mean you must never eat corn again? Not completely. But you must be honest about what corn really is. A small amount of fresh corn once in a while is not a disaster, but daily corn, creamed corn, canned corn, corn chips, cornbread, and hidden corn syrup can quietly damage your eyes and your blood sugar over the years. If you want to eat corn, keep it small, keep it fresh, and keep it rare. Do not build your meals around it. And avoid processed corn products as much as you can. Now you may be wondering, if carrots in juice form, spinach in raw daily form, and corn in processed form can quietly stress the eyes, then what should I actually eat to protect my vision after 60? This is the most important part of the video, because your eyes do not just need you to avoid certain foods. They need you to give them the right foods, the right nutrients, and the right protection every single day. The first vegetable I want you to add to your plate is broccoli. Broccoli is not flashy. It is not sweet like carrots. It is not trendy like kale smoothies. It is not colorful like bell peppers. But broccoli is one of the most powerful eye-protecting vegetables you can eat after 60. Broccoli is rich in lutein and zeaxanthin, two nutrients that concentrate directly inside the macula of your eyes. Think of lutein and zeaxanthin as natural sunglasses inside your retina. They absorb harmful blue light, reduce oxidative damage, and help protect the delicate cells responsible for sharp central vision. After 60, the natural levels of these protective pigments start to decline. And when they decline, the risk of macular degeneration rises. Broccoli helps replace what your eyes are losing. On top of that, broccoli contains sulforaphane, a natural compound that supports the body's defense against oxidative stress. Oxidative stress is like rust for the cells of your eyes. Every year of your life, sunlight, blue light from screens, pollution, and normal aging create tiny amounts of damage inside the eye. Broccoli helps your body fight that damage. And the best part is that broccoli is easy to prepare. You can steam it lightly until it is bright green and slightly tender. You can roast it with a little olive oil, garlic, and pepper. You can add it to soups. You can chop it into salads. You can even mash it lightly with cauliflower for a soft, comforting side dish. Try to avoid boiling broccoli for too long because overcooking destroys many of the nutrients that protect your eyes. Keep it slightly crunchy, keep it green, keep it fresh. If you eat a small serving of broccoli 4 or 5 times a week, you are giving your eyes a steady supply of the exact nutrients they need to stay strong. But broccoli is not the only friend of your vision. There is another vegetable that is often ignored, often pushed aside, and often forgotten. But its color alone is a message from nature that it is full of eye-protecting nutrients. I am talking about kale. Now, I know some people find kale bitter. I know some people say it is too tough. But kale, when prepared the right way, is one of the strongest vision-supporting vegetables in the world. Kale contains even higher amounts of lutein and zeaxanthin than most other green vegetables. It is packed with vitamin C, vitamin K, beta-carotene, and antioxidants that fight the oxidative damage that quietly ages your eyes. But here is what I want you to notice. Kale is very different from raw spinach. Kale has much lower oxalate content compared to spinach, which means you can eat it more often without overloading your calcium balance. That is a huge advantage for people over 60. You can steam kale lightly until it becomes softer and easier to chew. You can massage raw kale with a little olive oil and lemon juice to break down the tough fibers and make it tender for a salad. You can chop it into soups. You can bake kale chips in the oven with a small amount of olive oil and garlic for a light, crunchy snack instead of corn chips. Imagine replacing your evening bowl of salty corn chips with a small plate of baked kale chips. The taste is different, yes, but the message you send to your eyes is completely different. One choice feeds inflammation, the other choice feeds protection, and when you make that better choice again and again, week after week, your eyes begin to receive the support they have been quietly asking for. Kale also supports healthy blood vessels because of its vitamin K content, and healthy blood vessels mean better circulation to the retina. Your retina depends on tiny blood vessels to deliver oxygen and nutrients. When those vessels stay strong, your vision stays clearer for longer. Do not eat kale every single day in huge amounts because variety is always safer. But adding kale 2 or 3 times a week can make a meaningful difference. And if kale still feels too strong for you, cook it with garlic, a small amount of olive oil, and a squeeze of lemon. The bitterness softens. The flavor becomes gentle, and your eyes will thank you quietly, day after day. But there is one more vegetable I want to share with you. It is soft, it is orange, it is sweet in a natural way, and it may be one of the most beautiful gifts nature offers your eyes after 60. I am talking about pumpkin. Not pumpkin pie loaded with sugar, not pumpkin spice lattes full of syrup. I am talking about real cooked pumpkin in its natural form, steamed or roasted, without heavy sugar and without heavy cream. Pumpkin is extremely rich in beta-carotene, which your body converts into vitamin A. And vitamin A is essential for the health of the retina, the surface of the eye, and your ability to see clearly in low light. Many older adults notice that driving at night has become harder, that reading in dim light feels tiring, or that their eyes take longer to adjust when they walk from a bright room into a darker one. These small changes are often connected to declining vitamin A activity in the eyes. Pumpkin can help support that, but pumpkin also contains lutein and zeaxanthin, the same protective pigments we talked about with broccoli and kale. So a small bowl of roasted pumpkin is like giving your eyes 3 types of protection in one meal. And unlike carrots, pumpkin does not spike your blood sugar as quickly when you eat it in normal food form, especially when combined with a small amount of healthy fat like olive oil or a few nuts. You can roast pumpkin cubes in the oven with a little olive oil, cinnamon, and pepper. You can steam pumpkin and mash it lightly as a warm side dish. You can add pumpkin to soups. You can even blend a small portion of cooked pumpkin into a light stew. It gives your meal color, sweetness, and comfort without the heavy sugar of processed foods. Think of a 66-year-old woman who used to snack on cookies in the afternoon because she craved something sweet. When she replaced that habit with a small bowl of warm roasted pumpkin sprinkled with cinnamon, she stopped feeding her body sugar and started feeding her eyes vitamin A. 6 months later, her doctor noticed her eyes looked healthier during her routine checkup. That is not magic. That is nutrition working quietly in the background. But please remember, pumpkin does not mean pumpkin pie. Pumpkin does not mean sugary pumpkin muffins. Pumpkin does not mean creamy pumpkin desserts loaded with butter and syrup. The real gift of pumpkin comes from its whole, natural, simply cooked form. Keep it clean, keep it simple, keep it real, and your eyes will slowly benefit. By now, you can see the bigger picture. Some vegetables are not bad for everyone, but they can quietly become a problem when you are over 60 and when you use them in the wrong form. Carrots are fine when eaten fresh in small amounts, but daily carrot juice can raise your blood sugar and stress the tiny vessels behind your eyes. Spinach is nutritious, but eaten raw in large daily amounts, it can overload your body with oxalates and disturb the balance that protects your vision. Corn feels harmless, but in the modern American diet, it appears in forms that are heavy in starch, oils, and hidden sugars that feed inflammation and dim your eyesight over time. On the other side, broccoli quietly delivers lutein and zeaxanthin, the natural sunglasses your retina is asking for. Kale offers even more of those protective pigments, along with vitamin K and antioxidants that keep blood vessels behind your eyes strong. And pumpkin gives you beta-carotene, vitamin A support, and gentle sweetness that comforts your body without overwhelming your blood sugar. The goal is not to be afraid of your food. The goal is to understand your body at this stage of your life. After 60, your eyes have already worked for you through millions of moments. They watched you grow up. They watched your children grow up. They read letters, books, prescriptions, and street signs. They watched sunsets, holidays, faces, and photographs. Now they need you to protect them. Your eyes do not need perfection. They need attention. They need one simple question before every meal. Is this food helping my eyes stay strong, or is it slowly making them tired? That one question can change the way you shop, the way you cook, the way you snack, and the way you build your plate. It may help you drink less carrot juice, eat less raw spinach every day, avoid processed corn products, add broccoli to your dinner, use kale a few times a week, and enjoy a warm bowl of pumpkin in the evening instead of a sugary dessert. These changes are not loud, they do not feel dramatic, but vision after 60 is not saved by one big miracle. It is saved by small, kind choices repeated every day. And remember this, your eyes may be silent, but they are not blind to what you do. Every meal is a message, every food is a signal. And starting today, you can send a new message to your eyes. I see you, I care about you, I will protect you. Thank you so much for staying with me until the end of this video. Before you go, I want to gently remind you of something important. What I shared today is not meant to scare you. And it is not meant to replace advice from your eye doctor or your primary physician. Please think of this video as a helpful companion, a way to understand your body better, a way to ask better questions at your next appointment, and a way to notice the small changes that we sometimes ignore until it is too late. If you have diabetes, high blood pressure, macular degeneration, cataracts, glaucoma, or any diagnosed eye condition, please speak with your doctor or a qualified eye care professional before making major changes to your diet. Because every person is different, a food that helps one person may need caution for another. And taking care of your vision the right way does not mean following advice blindly. It means listening to your body and getting professional guidance when you need it. If this video was helpful for you, please like it, share it with someone who may need to hear this, and subscribe to Senior Diet Coach for more simple, practical, and easy-to-follow food guidance to help you stay healthier, stronger, and more independent as you age. And remember this, getting older does not mean you have to lose the beauty of the world around you. Your eyes can still be protected. Your vision can still be supported. Your body can still respond when you care for it with the right choices. You do not need to change your whole life overnight. Just begin with one better meal, one gentler habit, one kinder decision for your eyes, for your heart, and for the body that has carried you through so many years. The choice is in your hands. I hope you have a peaceful, healthy, and clear-sighted day. And as always, take a deep breath, my friend.